My name's Reese, and this is my BMW I just got. Today I'm gonna be trying to get into the cooling system. I got a new radiator, new water pump with a metal or an aluminum impeller, new radiator hoses, expansion tank, all that stuff. This car's a '94 model, and radiator hoses still say 1994 on at least the upper radiator hose. Got this car to get into drifting and everything, and so I'm going to keep the engine pretty much stock, low horsepower, while I'm learning and everything. And right now, really, I'm just handling like a lot of basic maintenance stuff on it. I'm going to keep it pretty simple, not doing anything crazy with it. A few weeks ago, I did the Vanos rebuild on it, and the car, it feels a lot better now driving. Before that, it felt like it had boost lag, but without a turbo on it. But now that that's fixed, and I changed the oil in and everything the other day, so now it's time to upgrade the cooling system, fix it up. You know, you want to go ahead and replace all that stuff on these cars. I mean, I understand it is a 30-year-old car, but a lot of that stuff, you know. But I have a little bit of time before I go to work, so I probably won't finish it today. I work night shift, and you know, I got a little bit of time before I go, so I'm gonna do what I can. And if you see me wearing a different shirt later in the video, probably means I didn't finish in time. Yeah, it's 1994 on that, November 1994. The bottom radiator hose, that thing was stuck on there. I had to fight with it to get it off the radiator. I like to keep stuff for spares, so like I'll take these hoses and then I'll put them in the shed, and you know, that way it'll never get touched again, and then spiders will build webs around it, and then eventually it'll just wind up getting chucked in the garbage. Don't understand how these work. I might, you know, it's plausible that I'm just stupid, but does that just push in? What kind of thing is this? Like, is that what's going on? Okay, I had to put my phone down and fiddle with this for a little bit. Probably should have bought new ones, but you know. Oh, I think this one's pre-broke. So this is the old one. It's got a date of 2006 on it. Here's a new one. It's a cheap eBay one. A buddy of mine got the same one, so we'll have a competition and see who's blows out the fastest. Yeah, this one, it'll go in the shed too in case of emergency, which most likely means it'll stay in there till it gets damaged or something like that. Then if I actually do need it, something will knock a hole in it or crack it, and you know, I'll put it back in the car and find out it's leaking in the future. I sharpened this chain for a chainsaw earlier. You know, I never sharpened a chainsaw chain, but I put some gold paint on it, that way, you know, I don't really lose it in the shed or something wherever I go to try it out. But you know, you've made it in life whenever you've got a gold chain and a old BMW, so I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I forgot there's a block drain on the passenger side of the engine. Little plug there. I was kind of afraid it was going to round out, but I was able to get a 3/4 wrench on. It wasn't too tight, but I see it's got a little taper, I guess it seats on. And yeah, it got me a pretty nice little shower with water while I was trapped under the car, and made a little bit of a mess. Went everywhere when this come out. I meant to do that though, you know, I had to freshen up before I go to work in a little while. That O-ring is tight in there. This thing's being a little pain in the butt to get out. There you go. So here's the original water pump, and here's a new one. This has got the aluminum impeller on it, and that little O-ring was tight. That's what was holding it out. I pull it out and it won't spring back in. And you know, these are a good thing to see about getting some little small brass wedges, because I just kind of had to put this like on behind this lip in between the front of the motor or block and just kind of hold it, and then I could work it out a little bit. That really had it in a bind going in, but it's sealed off tight, so you know, it's all good. Now we can go in with the new. Got a little bit of anti-seize I put on my studs, and I put some coolant on that O-ring so it won't go in dry. I don't have a torque wrench small enough for that, but you know, this ain't too bad. Just gotta click, yep. Click, yep. Click, yep. Click, yep, that's good. So I got all the belts back on that were in the trunk of the car, and I got this as well. Replace this plastic one, and it actually feels a little bit lighter. You know, that's good race car status. You know, it's kind of, this is the cheapest one I could get off Amazon. I was like, well, it's aluminum, you know, it can't be that bad, but it's got some burrs on it. I'm gonna clean some of this up just a little bit. So new thermostat, it didn't come with a new O-ring, but I found one in the shed. Didn't really want to reuse that. I got this all cleaned up too. It had some burrs in it. I can torque them all. Yeah, that's tight. Click. Yep, tight. Click. 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 So about ready to put the new radiator in. I got my old temp sensor in there, and these little isolators and stuff. This car has been in a wreck before. You can see the very front of the subframe rail or whatever, it's bent, creased right there. And see the condenser is kind of kicked in a little bit. So that's probably why I had the radiator put in it back in '06. So I got it all put back together and mostly got it bled. And don't have any splits, I don't think. That's where I spilt some. I had to trim the bottom of this to kind of make it work. Still got the stock exhaust. If you watch this much of it, I appreciate it. Hopefully you have a good day or good night. I don't know, it don't really matter. Do whatever you want to do.
Have a good day.
Don't tell me what to do.